Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast on this Christmas Day. Yes, I know traditionally I do a Christmas Day story and I let you read it and listen to it and enjoy it and you get to hear one of my short stories, but this year I've not been working on any. Well, I have done a short story, but that's with a publisher. That's not important. What is important is that you've just watched Doctor Who. Yes, this podcast has gone out straight at the end of Doctor Who being broadcast on Christmas Day. Now, if you're listening to this podcast, there are two possible reasons. One, your phone or computer is completely wired to download podcasts automatically as soon as they come out. Or two, you've hit your MP3 player because your family's getting on your nerves and you need a friendly voice to listen to. Well, I am a vaguely friendly voice. So Merry Christmas, and I hope you're having quite a good day. And I hope that the reason you're listening to this is because you want to, not just to escape the rest of your family. They're not that bad. Turn this off and go and give them a hug. Go on. And then come back. Did you come back? I don't care. Because we've just watched Doctor Who. Not only have we watched Doctor Who, we've watched what for me could be one of the all-time greatest of Christmas specials. It had, well, I would say I enjoyed this almost more than I enjoyed Christmas Carol. Yes, I could say that. Is it the Capaldiness? Is it the River Songness? Is it the fact that it's just plain brilliant? Yes, some of the set looks just a little bit too much like a Shielder's hometown, but with Christmas tree lights. Joe Public never spots a thing, after all. Or is it the gratuitous flying saucer? Or is it Greg's performance? Or is it even Matt Lucas? Yes, it's a comedy episode. Yes, it's for the family, but that is what Doctor Who's supposed to be about. And like the Doctor says, he's not laughed in such a long time, and you know what? Neither had we. Yes, there's the odd throwaway line, the sort of thing that we grab onto like a drowning man tries to grab hold of a bit of his wrecked boat. But here we had actual comedy, actual laughs, actual smiles. Something that, if anything was missing from the last series, that was it. We needed fun, and so did the Doctor, and that's what he got. Yes, as a romp, it's not particularly perfect. There are a couple of moments of sag, but you could argue that they're moments where you and the characters involved catch their breath. Yes, it's a proper heist, but that's fine. And the sonic trowel, I can live with it. But of course it's got to be that end sequence. It has to be that bit at the end where the Doctor jumps forward in time to give River her last great 25-year-long night before they have to part. And she goes to her final story, which is her second final story because she comes back after she's dead. So her third final story. Yeah, before River goes off to join the rest of her time stream and BBC rub their chins and think, can we now release a full River song boxed set on DVD as a little money spinner? And the answer is, of course we can. Before they do that, we get this story, and that's simply marvellous. Yes, that robot looked like Baymax with an interchangeable head. I can live with that. And yes, there was a big massive ship touring the galaxies on an exceptionally long journey, and yes, everyone knows when it crashes, and she's an archaeologist, and it just works. And I know I've spent far too much time in the company of a slightly better archaeologist, being Bernice, but I can live with that. I honestly can. I've thoroughly enjoyed this story. I have very little complaints. Of course it looked like a Shielder's hometown, but that's the point. All places that look like a small, rickety old village look a bit like that. And yes, I probably missed some incredibly important stuff in shop windows or, so I don't know, a Clockwork Squirrel from time to time. Oh, if you're thinking of starting a podcast, my suggestions are the Clockwork Squirrel podcast or Punching the Diamond Wall. They're my two favourites. So if you are thinking about it, I'd grab those now. Punching the Diamond Wall has a certain ring to it, but the Clockwork Squirrel, well, that ranks with the Tin Dog podcast. Perhaps I should change my name. Oh, perhaps not. What am I doing? I'm rambling. Of course I am. Because I enjoyed this, and I'm happy, and it's Christmas. Yes, I'm over the moon that Greg was in this story. His performances are brilliant. I've always liked him, and his stand-up is superb. Matt Lucas, well, I'm glad he was in this. And yes, River does have a lot of husbands. And she gets to be, well, let's not have this down as the most feminist of all Doctor Who stories, shall we? I don't think so. Yes, calling the Doctor the damsel will have the people over on the Verity podcast doing a little dance. And that's fine. I don't care. What I've got is a great story, a lovely Christmas romp. And with that, I'll let you get back to your festivities and speak to you very soon about Doctor Who. Perhaps the War Doctor, perhaps something else, perhaps even a Shielder's book. Some of those things that you got under the tree that you weren't expecting. So until next time, Merry Christmas. Speak to you soon. Be seeing you. You've been listening to the Doctor Who Tin Dog Podcast. Available on RSS, iTunes, Audioboom, Tumblr, and wherever podcasts are found. Why not become a supporter of the show by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Doctor Who and its associated properties are copyright of the BBC and no infringement is intended. To contact the show, email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.